Alright guys, back in the video. This time we're going to be going over Broly Surge. I've been tweaking with this deck for a little bit. I will mention some cards you can try out yourself and or just side deck that are go along with this, so stay tuned for that. But it's sort of like Hercule and Launch. When you combo a red or green card with this one, you draw a card once returned during each player's turn, which is nice. Well, we can Surge, put a red and a green card up under it. It can be a multicolor. Untap 2, draw 2, so you filter 2 cards and untap 2 energy, and you can do that at any point in time. It has a when you're at 3 life or less, which this effect is super good, but it's only live when you're at 3 or less life. So if they're being aggressive to you, this is nice for a easy clap back. You can combo with a card up that you from your drop area by just removing one of the cards you put up under them during activate battle, and then you have the other effect, which is removal for anything in norm barrier, which is nice. So when you're getting pushed, it helps play defense. We got 4 check land. I'm debating if I want to go with a build that doesn't play this card or a few other cards, which was free with space. We'll stay tuned if we want to do an update on that. But from what I've tested so far, this is nice to have Chi-Chi live, basically, because you need to have 2 red green multicolors in your energy for you to get the draw of Chi-Chi. 3 Nappa. I'll get into detail why I'm not playing a 4th at the very end of the video. You'll see why. But he's super good. He triggers you to draw a card, and then he comes into play, and then you can do it again, draw another card with him, and he also helps a rival. Really sweet. Also helps set up Alliance. And that's pretty much what this deck's goal is to set up Alliance with this guy and just draw a lot of cards. This guy, if you don't know what he does, he has Alliance, red-green, and double strike, 16k, so it's hard to remove for regular 15k leaders and stuff like that. And when he attacks, you activate Alliance, switch something to rest. He'll gain the power of this, draw 2, and deal 1 damage to your opponent. So whatever you tap for Alliance, he gains the power and is super strong. And if they don't have a counter to it or a removal, he's just going to get out of hand if he stays on board. 3 Raditz, combo free. This card is clutch, especially because we do want to charge a multicolor. Then it helps you a rival, and it's just a free red-green card to filter with, which is nice. And another red-green to charge. 3 Arrival Gogetas. I don't want to clog the deck with Arrival cards, especially the way the deck plays. So he's 20k 5-drop, so keep that in mind. And he kills something 4 or less, and he's double strike. Then you have Lekir and Karun. This guy, well, these 2 people are really strong. He has critical, and he has the same Alliance effect, and he draws 2 like this one does. And he also minuses 20k something, which is, well, 2 things. So that's really nice. He gets cheaper by 2 in your hand if you have a 2 guys on board, which is nice. And yeah, so actually let me refit. Okay, no, it's just if your leader's red or green. Sorry, I'm thinking of another card. But yeah, he's super good, and he's still a 5-drop. So you have 5 targets for this guy to come into play. And when he's used for Alliance, you ping your opponent for 1 damage, which is really cool. So if you attack with the Piccolo and you use it, which is common, which will gain 15k, so go to 31 double strike, deal 2 damage to your opponent immediately, and they have double strike to deal with. So it turns your Piccolo into quad strike if they don't combo out of it or negate. And the last red-green card is the Scramble. This card honestly could be like a few different cards, because honestly 5 energy is insane to think about, but it is auto game winning with your leader effect, which is nice. So if you want to play this one for theme like I am, it's really nice. Also, if at the worst, if you know the game's not going to last a long, charge it as red-green or put it up on your leader. So he's never dead. It just could be Heroine's Lineage or Kai, which is, those just 2 cards are insane. And let's go to the generic red-green support. Blocker Revenge Trunks. He comes into play for free if you have a red-green battle card in play. Super good card. I need more foils. You can use him for Alliance sometimes if you have to. 4 Chi-Chi. If you don't know what this card does, if you have 2 multicolor red-green cards in your energy area, you get to draw a card when you combo this. So this with your leader gets you draw 2, and also helps you keep going because your leader doesn't draw on the backside if you're digging for a certain card. 3 Assimilates. This could be a 4, but I think 3 is perfect because you only have the 4 main targets, and then we have a few more. You got 1 Kami, which is anti-Soul Striker, which is just a good target that you can search if you're playing that matchup, which is becoming more popular. And then you have defensive stance Piccolo. This card is just super good because sometimes you don't want Nappa when you're going for a game. So, and it just helps you draw. So you'll get to draw one off your later and then draw off this. So it's good. I just wanted to have a searchable super combo. And Nappa, whenever you're not playing that many rivals, is not that important. 2 Broly. This card could technically be something else, but it helps whenever you're trying to get around your opponent, just stalling the game out, and they're playing with the energy open, and they're scared of Piccolo. So you get to look at their hand before you attack, which is nice. And 2 Mercenary Tau, unique, critical, and he comes into play for free if you have 3 battle cards on board, generic cards, because you do spam the board. To help spam the board, you got Bardic Awaken Instincts, which will discard this. Perfect card for it, Beerus. Now, I will say that these cards could technically all be filtered out, and you can play this deck a few different ways. So if you guys want me to look into playing this without the check lands and change the deck up completely, and we can look into that. I will be testing the waters with that as well. So, and the last few cards is 2 Bardock the Resolute. This is a super good card in this deck because your Piccolo burns them, so this will always be live. So if you tag a Piccolo, which is your goal, because that's like what the whole deck's supposed to be about. Attack, burn them. This comes into play immediately, and if they counter, whenever he swings or anything swings, he just restands. So he's extra pressure. So you could play a 3rd copy of this if you really wanted to. So because seeing this is really nice. But thank you guys for watching the last few videos, and keep up the support because I appreciate it. And if you want to ask questions about this deck or any other deck, please make sure to leave comments below and subscribe for more content. See you guys in the next video.